evening, everybody. It's a Dead Time Radio Show. And I'm Billy. I'm here with my buddy Don. Hi, Don.
Hello.
And here we are again. Did you miss us? We missed you.
I missed you so much.
We were talking about, like, Don and I are transitioning. Not like what you think. Don is not becoming a man and I'm not becoming a woman.
No.
But we are
That's okay if you
transitioning
are.
from the many years
you're here.
of night shift
Yes.
to day shift.
I'm so excited.
So it's kind of odd. It's going to be difficult, I'm sure.
Last night I got 2 hours of sleep, and then I woke up
Yeah.
at 5:30 because that's what time I'm going to have to be getting up. So we'll see how that works
of course,
out.
Don's somehow ended up getting it before I do, even though I got it
because
before her.
they're not filling your spot.
Yeah, but
they're
that's
not
all right.
filling your spot.
It's not going to matter soon enough.
Yeah. But yeah, the transition, I'll still be working the same days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in a different place. It's a freestanding ER instead of the crazy Trident, which I'm going to
So it
miss
won't
all
be
you
so
peeps
crazy.
that listen, and we talk about all of our stuff every weekend, so.
Yeah.
To do. Oh, another cool thing that we just found out about that we're probably going to be going to in September is called Haunt-Lanta. It's in Atlanta. It's a ghost convention. So, like, Amy, Adam, Chip Coffee are going to be there. Some of the people from Ghost Hunters are going to be there. All of the Destination Fear people are going to be there. So it's I think it's Thursday to Sunday or something like that. So we're going to be there. We'll probably be doing a show. So I'm definitely going. So I'll just probably be recording all of it, videoing it or whatever. So see where we go with that. But I'm pretty excited about that.
So we decided that since we're transitioning from night shift to day shift, we're not going to be vampires anymore. We were looking around to see if we could find like creepy videos and stories about stuff that happens at night during work time. So a lot of these are just stories, which is fine. But we did find a few that actually have some video stuff too. Now we've never seen these, so we have no idea. These could be duds or they could be really cool. But we figured, fuck it, let's give it a shot. So Dawn wanted to start with this one because she loved it as soon as she saw the whole fucking thumbnail. This one is 5 scariest and creepiest things caught in a morgue.
In a morgue.
In a fucking morgue.
It's so cold down
All right,
there.
let's see what's going on.
Morgues are probably one of the spookiest places to visit because of the kind of activity that takes place in it. Because they house dead bodies before they are sent for an autopsy, or buried, or cremated. It is no surprise that there are a number of...
First off, they do the
Why are they laying
autopsies
in the
in the
floor?
morgue. They don't send them out to get autopsied. They do it in the morgue.
Yeah, they do it there. They drain the blood and...
Unless it's a hospital morgue.
Right.
But then it goes to the county coroner.
Right.
of recorded sightings that will get the hair on the back of your neck standing and send
I've
a
seen that
chill
video.
down
That's
your spine.
creepy.
That's cool.
Let's take a look at 5 of the scariest things captured in a morgue. Number 5. Haunted Gurney. Here's a chilling video from India. The camera is placed outside a morgue where the gurneys are...
It's in India, so whether it's true or not is probably left to the viewer, because there is a lot of fake shit that comes out of India. A lot.
This looks like CCTV though.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. You can make anything look like CCTV. This could be anything. Okay. I'm just saying, just the skeptic kicking out, because there's so many fucking videos that come out. We just watched one, remember? Yeah. About the ghost on the bridge, and you could tell it was some fucking lady in a white sheet running.
Yeah.
Usually kept. In the area, we see a couple of stretchers and some other medical equipment. Before long, we see something blinking in the center of the screen that looks something like a human figure. We then see one of the gurneys move slightly forward and then a couple of feet back. Then, a couple seconds later, the stretcher moves more than 10 feet forward and again the same distance backwards. After rolling back and forth for a few seconds longer, it rolls off the edge of the platform and falls onto its side.
Okay, now...
So that kind of looks like where we had all of our where we did the EVPs at work.
Yeah,
right outside the morgue.
But I think that thing had a remote control motor in it.
Or under it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because
It
if
went
you look,
forward,
when it
went
flipped,
backwards.
when it flipped, it looked like you could almost see the motor underneath the middle.
Okay.
Right there. See that right there?
Yeah.
See that? Have you ever seen a gurney with a big box in the middle like
No,
that?
they're
Nah.
clear.
That's what I worry about. That's the shit that I see, and
That
I go.
doesn't look like an automatic one that lifts up,
No,
down, or the head.
exactly.
Or anything. That looks like it's just regular.
So,
Okay. I hear you.
but
I hear you. Skeptic.
yeah,
That was still
I've been
creepy.
watching too much Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, you were. I'm going to debunk it. Look at that.
That's my job. That's
zoom
what I
in.
do. But yeah, it is still creepy. If that were real, that would creep me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And the video skips to another camera in the same area, and we see a man walking to a water cooler where he looks to be filling a bottle. There is another gurney in this shot, and we see it move very subtly. The man notices its movement and walks over to set it in its place. But before he can reach it, it rolls backwards and away from the man. He is clearly startled and retreats quickly.
So it would be a cool prank if you had a remote control
Yeah.
underneath of it. You know what I mean? You would
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
scare the shit out of everybody.
Fuck yeah, it would be great. I'd be wanting to do
would
it
be
every fucking night.
Brilliant. You would do it every night. Don't go out there. There's that gurney out there. You gonna go out there?
Yeah, I'm going on my lunch break. I don't know. See, and the other thing that's weird about this part of this video is how slowly he walked. Like, he was like in trepidation, just waiting, right? Waiting for the signal for the gurney to move, which hasn't even moved yet. There it goes. Okay. I must go check this gurney out.
It's got some swag.
Yeah, see how he walks? It's just
Oh, fuck you. Nope, I'm done. Okay, bye. Not
now
today,
see,
sir.
and that's
Not
the thing.
today.
He's just walking away.
Not today, sir.
Oh, and he doesn't forget to grab his water bottle.
Yeah.
Come on. If you saw that, would you be walking away? You'd probably be
might
walking a
freeze.
lot faster than that.
Yeah, I might freeze though.
Right, you'd be like, "Oh my
I
fucking
just
god!"
pooped my pants.
Right? Yeah.
I think I peed a little.
We got a code brown.
Yeah, he's sauntering.
Yeah,
He's like, okay.
and
maybe
he's
it was
acting
just a
like it's no
breeze.
big
Number
deal.
4.
Maybe it was a breeze.
Soul exiting a body. While there are many people who believe humans have no soul, the majority of
I
us
believe that.
believe in the afterlife.
Look at the fucking
This
state of the
video
world.
from a Chinese hospital captures something extraordinary.
Ooh, look.
As the woman on the stretcher dies, the CCTV camera records her soul slowly leaving her body. At
I
first,
don't
we can
know.
see a transparent entity sitting up
Dude,
on
if
the
we
stretcher,
caught that,
and then it gently glides away, leaving the woman's body behind. This is definitely one of the most compelling videos of spiritual life and their existence.
it's wicked.
Do you believe
is
in
cool.
the afterlife?
I'll say
and in
that.
So
heaven
there's
and
been
hell?
pictures of different people of this happening, and they've got caught it on camera too. Photos.
Yeah. I don't know about that one either.
Remember Steve in the helicopter? He was showing us the
Number
picture of the
3.
helicopter where the spirit
Black
shot out the
entity
top of the
flies
helicopter
past
because he
camera.
died in flight.
Yeah.
It is not an uncommon sight to find CCTV cameras in hospitals all across the globe.
That's where they
But
lay
no
them
one
in
this
the
Indian
hospital on
hospital
the floor.
expected to catch
Those
something
people are
paranormal.
alive.
The camera is placed in one of the hospital's hallways where we can see a few people sleeping on the floor. At the end of the hallway, the hospital's morgue can be seen. As everything seems normal, we can suddenly see a black figure appear out of nowhere. It takes the shape of a man and begins to slowly make its way towards the sleeping people. But within seconds, we see the entity fly past the people and the camera, and finally out of the camera's view.
Oh, that's
Was that the
trippy.
soul
Ooh.
of one of the deceased people in the morgue?
That didn't even move normal.
That's trippy because it
That
did
was
move
wicked.
very fast. Very fast.
That was wicked.
I mean, you don't see.
No.
But here's where I wonder, because when you watch it, do
Number
you notice
2.
how it went
Doctor
around that
spirit.
person's legs?
It is said that spirits often visit the place
All right,
where
I'll
they
stop
finally
debunking.
breathe their last. In the video
That was
here, we
weird.
see a man pointing his camera down a hospital hallway in Honduras. There
Where's
are a
that
few
thing with his
stretchers
head
on the
out?
side and a door on the right. All of a sudden, we see an apparition move in and out of the doorway before
he's out of
completely emerging into the hallway.
Fuck that shit.
The being has the shape of a man, and many believe it is the spirit of a doctor that committed suicide
That looks like
on
Billy!
the premises.
That looks like E.T.
Look
The
at he
man
steps
recording
out.
takes a few steps back when he captures the spirit, and finally
Look at
hides
it.
behind a door.
It's an alien.
What do you think was caught in this video?
Look at it.
The doctor's spirit, or something entirely different?
Elliot.
Number 1.
So his head and shoulder
Door
comes out, and
slamming
then his whole
spirit
body
in.
comes out. That was weird.
We have been told that spirits can be good or bad, but that doesn't make seeing
Okay,
one
any
less scary.
blinking light in a morgue is
Unfortunately,
creepy
the
as shit.
security
I'm
guards
sorry.
in a Brazilian morgue came across a spirit that was looking to
I've seen this video, and this one is kind of trippy. I don't know if I 100% believe it, but it's pretty fucking trippy. And you're right, blinking lights in a fucking darkened morgue hallway. That doesn't scream horror stories
No,
to
it
you.
totally does.
Fuck,
scare
man.
them more than anything. The video begins with a
If you're not scared just seeing that down
Yeah.
there in the middle of the night, then you have balls of steel.
No.
Because that would freak me out. And it's rare that I get scared, but that would fucking freak
The
me out.
blinking light, yes. Yep.
shot down
No
the
doubt.
hallway.
Look at it.
There is a flickering
It's the
light
light.
seen in the hallway and a red door that appears to be opening and slamming shut on its own. As the guards make their way towards the door, the slamming gets more intense.
It just happens to be a red door.
Now, here's where the skeptic part of me doesn't kick in, because that door is opening and closing at the same rate every time.
Yeah.
And there's nobody in there, because he does go, I think he does go down the end of
Yeah,
the
he
hallway.
goes. He
There's
checks it
nobody
out.
in there. There's no way that you wouldn't see some type of string from the other end of the hallway.
And I don't think it was
And how
slam
could
that,
you pull it open and then slam it back?
unless it was a magnet.
Right. But
Magnetic propulsion.
that'd be still hard to do with that smooth of a thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is an unexplainable one.
Right. There's no way. I'd be like,
He's got his fucking gun.
He does
pulled.
have his gun out. You see
I
his
would be.
shape?
Be
He's got like, oh,
Fuck yeah.
About 10 to 15 feet from
the
the
shoulders
door,
show he's got the
it
gun
immediately stops,
pulled.
as does the flickering light. For a few seconds, the area goes dark, and all we can see is the light from the guard's flashlight.
And that's when
When
I would
the lights
turn
come
around.
back on, they investigate
And just
the
start
door,
firing and
which
everything.
houses the pipes that supply water in
And
emergencies.
that's when I would fucking be
As
turning
they're
around.
examining the door, a loud banging noise
Yeah, there's
comes
nobody
from the
that could
door to
fit
their
in
left.
there.
No, it's
There's
a
no-
fire
That door
hose.
and
Right,
find
and there's
nothing
no
in the room that
holes
leads
in
to
the
There's
thing.
no magnet.
One guard goes to the end of the hallway and checks to see if a door is closed, and confirms that it is.
There's
Checking
no
to try to see
draft.
There's nothing in there.
That's fucking weird.
So who or
So the
what
light
was getting
came
the red
on,
door
Billy.
to open and
Yeah.
close by itself?
That was weird.
Thanks for watching.
The light
Be
came
sure to
on.
subscribe, because we
It
upload
stopped
videos
blinking.
every week.
So it was sucking the shit out of the fucking ballast.
That's what I told her last night. You sucking the shit out of the ballast, baby.
You need help. Oh, you need help.
All right.
So this one.
30 weirdest things caught on security cameras and CCTV. So this might not all be scary,
I don't
but
think
just
it's scary,
weird
just weird
stuff,
stuff.
which is always, it's a good category in and of itself,
Yeah.
I believe. So let's see what this has to show for us. This is Reasoning Behind on YouTube's.
When it comes to security cameras, 99% of the time they record things that are nothing out of the ordinary. However, there's always that 1% chance that something weird has been caught on camera.
Ooh.
Today, we've compiled
I want her
the
number.
weirdest things ever caught on security and CCTV cameras.
hello.
Before we start the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on, or you will have bad luck.
Nice.
And that's what you get, you little dick.
This man
Play
created
stupid
an
games and win
entirely
stupid
different
prizes.
Definition of the term sleepwalking.
What? He's one of those guys that has a sleepwalking disorder, and that's what he's doing in his bed while he's sleeping.
The
Okay,
only
I would
cat
not. I
decided
would be.
to
You
put
would be
If you were
divorced.
married to that dude
No,
and didn't know,
Nope.
you
I would
didn't
totally
know,
be.
you just married him,
I would be sitting in the chair videoing this shit.
right?
then
And
I
you
would
walk in
Submit it.
because he's sleeping, and you see him doing that,
No.
and you're like,
No.
Let's just say his name is Mo.
Okay, can I tell you that
Hey, Mo.
there are deal breakers.
Right.
They're deal breakers.
Right.
This is a deal breaker.
Hey,
If you
Mo,
fucking
why are you kicking your
sleepwalk-
legs? And he's not answering. He's just fucking jazzercising
No.
in his sleep.
No. He's the one that would be stabbing you
Divorce
while
papers,
you
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, he's asleep and
I
he's
was
stabbing
asleep.
you.
I don't
Right.
know. You pissed me off. I was asleep. I was
Yeah.
having a nightmare. No, I want to live, Billy.
That would be annulment.
I want to live.
That wouldn't even be divorce. That'd
that's-
be like,
that's a
this
deal
marriage
breaker.
never fucking existed.
Nope, never happened. Never happened.
Security camera inside his living room to be able to
This is
monitor
why
his
you
cat
test
when
the
he's
car.
not around,
Mm-hmm.
and the cat's reaction to his voice was nothing short of hilarious.
Look at the cannon. Hi, cannon.
I think we can all agree that there's nothing as
He was talking to the
terrifying as
cat, and the
setting up a
cat came up
security
where he was talking to. Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
That was adorable.
You were saying something.
Sorry, I was talking about.
You were yapping.
That's what we do, Billy.
I know it.
The owner of a cat decided to put a security camera inside his living room to be able to monitor his cat when he's not around, and the cat's reaction to his voice was nothing short of hilarious.
You're inside the box, Dad.
I think
Let me just say this. This one would probably end up trying to eat
She
the
would
fucking box.
She would eat the box.
Yeah.
She would tear it down by running
Yeah.
on it with her sharp ass nails.
She'd be all mouthy.
And
Ripping it off the wall.
No doubt.
Now she's unconscious right now.
No doubt.
She got worn out.
Yep.
we can all agree that there's nothing as terrifying as setting up a security camera
Look,
and
what is
checking
that?
the recorded footage to find out that a visitor showed up during the wee hours of the night. And
See
by
his
a
underwear?
visitor, we are talking about the non-human kind.
That's
This
weird.
was the exact case of this homeowner who had found a humanoid-like creature hanging out in his backyard.
That looks like a gorilla.
That's weird. His arms are super
But
long.
it looks like a gorilla that Ray Harryhausen fucking stop animated.
Well, that's weird.
If anybody knows who Ray
underwear on.
Harryhausen is,
I don't know who that is.
He's the one that did all the old school animation of the monsters in like the Sinbad movies and the old Clash of the Titans movies. He was awesome.
A few minutes before it vanished into the darkness.
I don't know. I don't know if that's
It's
real or
already
not.
funny enough that a bird
either.
has managed to learn how to get out of his cage when its owners aren't there. However, this bird takes it to another level by giving the security camera a smug look to show his owner who's the boss. Two men were so drunk that they broke and fell into an empty elevator.
What?
Luckily, they were later rescued.
Oh.
with minor
What?
injuries.
Billy!
What?
They fell in the hole!
What the fuck? I have never
was amazing.
in my life been that fucking
That
drunk.
was amazing. They fell through the
That-
door.
Oh my god.
Fell
I'm
through
sorry,
the
and we're
door.
just
That was
talking over the
crazy.
ad
It
because
was
the
just-
ads suck.
Yeah. Look
That's
at it.
fucking funny, dude. That's
A
funny.
chill-inducing moment
Oh.
happened when a man was recorded on a security camera walking out of a building mere seconds before a tsunami wave hit,
Oh.
destroying everything in its path.
That would suck. That's a lucky motherfucker right there.
When you think
What
of a terrifying
happened
grizzly
to make
bear,
him
chances
run out?
are the first
at
image
that
that will
little
come
bear.
to
There's a bear.
mind is definitely not of one playing
Black
in the
bear
snow
loves
and
snow.
acting all cute.
Look who's
He
dancing.
shared some extremely terrifying footage of a
is
crab-like
that thing?
creature, which is believed to be Lamona from
The
a
dog
Costa
is trying to
Rican
get
urban
it.
legend
What is that
walking on
thing?
the streets. What's even more horrifying about the whole ordeal
I think that's a human being.
What is that thing?
That's Lamona,
What's that mean?
some Central American mythological crab creature.
It
But that looks like
weird.
a fucking human
It's
being.
not walking.
is that the
Weird.
dog acknowledged its presence and ran away in fear, which makes us wonder what the dog truly saw that night.
Look at it.
That's a person wearing a costume.
No, they're walking weird. People
Yeah,
don't
they're
walk
doing
like
a
that.
crab
Irish
walk.
homeowner woke up to find that the front of their house was vandalized with paint,
Oh.
and thanks to the security camera,
I
they
would've
found out the
beat
culprit
that-
behind their new paint job.
Ah, I would beat that motherfucker's ass.
Before leaving the scene. In total,
Why would he do that?
23,000 euros worth of damage was caused.
Ever wondered who would win in a
23,000.
fight between a German Shepherd against a feral wolf? A 5-second epic battle took place between these two, and while it seems like the wolf was in the lead at first, the German Shepherd gathered all his courage back to protect his territory. A homeowner heard a noise outside, so he decided to review his security camera footage, and what he found out will definitely send chills down your spine.
No, it wouldn't. I think that's just
Looks
a
like a
faulty
person
camera.
walking really fast.
Yeah, that's a faulty camera.
Yeah.
You got a lot of weird shit going on, and the night vision is ghosting. That's all that is.
Yeah. It's cool. though.
Debunked.
Cool.
A pretty scary moment happened when a mysterious object flying in the sky, believed to be a UFO, was caught on a CCTV camera in Rio de Janeiro. According to the owner of the footage, he later revealed that he saw the UFOs being split into two separate entities.
I have a theory of why there's a lot of UFO sightings down in South America and Central America.
What is it?
Do you remember how they said how the Aztecs and all those people just disappeared?
Yeah.
I believe that they flew away
To where?
to another planet.
Oh, you think they were captured by aliens?
because you look. No, they created their own starships.
Oh.
Because if you look at all, how many times have you watched Ancient Aliens and they show that one fucking engraving from the Mayans
That's
that
a
shows the dude, it looks
ship.
like he's in a spaceship
Yeah.
where he's got like his toe controls and he's got some type of like tube for oxygen and,
Yeah.
and all the other stuff. They call that the ancient spaceman.
Okay.
I think they did not just die off. I think they disappeared. I think they left the planet.
Maybe some shit was happening then.
Yeah, that was like
Before.
that was like that was all their fucking predictions and stuff that they wrote about, like
Yeah.
the Mayan calendar and stuff, and
Right.
and how perfect they were with their astronomy.
So the Mayan calendar probably means that's why we're switching universes. That's why things are getting
Like
so weird.
the different eras are starting. This is like the final epic on their calendar or whatever,
Yeah.
which started in 2020
Yeah.
or something like that. Was it 2020 or 2021? I think it was 2020, wasn't it? No, it was 2012.
If you thought
Yeah,
the
well,
dinosaurs
I'm talking
were
about, like, the
extinct,
2000s
well,
when
think
it flipped
again.
that way.
A surveillance camera was able
thought the
to
world was
capture a
gonna end.
video of a mysterious creature
is that?
that has a striking resemblance to a velociraptor walking across a woman's backyard.
Wild.
It was probably a dude dressed in
Nothing
one
to
of those
see here,
dinosaur
folks,
outfits.
Just a fully grown horse riding an elevator.
That's probably not weird. He's probably taking him to the vet, and that's probably an elevator for large animals.
Can you imagine that thing start kicking?
Imagine the shit pile that's in that fucking elevator, because those things
And then you
shit
get
like
on?
geese.
Yeah. Because you know those guys ain't cleaning it.
Hell no, they ain't.
It seems like spiders' cobwebs always appear out of nowhere, but thanks to a CCTV camera, the entire process
Oh,
of a spider
look!
carefully
Ooh, that's kinda
cobweb
cool.
was recorded.
Charlotte's Web.
Look at that
When a
beautiful work.
homeowner installed a security camera with the ability to detect any movement, never in a million years did he expect to see this
Hi!
on the recorded footage.
You
What are
puppy.
you doing, Nose?
You cute puppy.
Looking out the window.
Just chilling.
Like, where does that thing?
I
I wish
love
I would have
dogs.
had this
Cute.
when I was still working the road. This is a flexible armor, but it will.
A homeowner's CCTV camera captured an epic battle of his neighbor's cat against its own wild tail.
Dumb cat.
I love cats. You got tired.
Another instance of a ghost being captured on a security camera, this homeowner found the
Ooh.
recorded footage of what seems to be a ghost entering his house at night.
I don't believe that. Again, I think it's just fucking camera
Looks like
glitchy.
Casper.
Yeah, I don't know
A
about that one.
jaw-dropping moment happened when a man jumped in front of a moving train to save a woman who had jumped moments earlier.
What?
Fuck you. Oh my god.
I would have been like, let the bitch fucking die.
Blah!
You might have seen some
Oh.
pretty skilled bartenders.
Ooh.
However, it's safe to assume that all of them pale in comparison to this bartender.
Well, that was clever.
That's cool.
It's scary to think how things can change in a matter of a second. A
can.
security camera captured a video of a brutal car collision that ended up with the car being thrown across the street.
That other dude was speeding. Big time speeding.
Can you imagine leaving your truck for a few minutes to deliver a package, only to have it stolen moments later?
Oh shit.
The whole FedEx
He
truck.
took the whole fucking truck.
She's calling the
If
cops.
you've ever been curious about what cats do when they're home alone, this next footage summarizes everything in a nutshell.
Motherfucker needs to pick his house up.
Cat's gonna do it.
It'd be awesome if he would. Oh, great! Get his head stuck in a fucking glass.
A man was trying to throw a chair in a bin that's almost tenfold his height and failed miserably. We'll give him an A+ for the effort, though.
Would you do it that way? Would you do
Oh
it
my
that way?
god,
This
no!
man did not get the memo that some bouncy castles are meant for kids.
Yep. You're too big, brother.
Big fat bastard gonna fucking ruin a kid's day.
It's gonna pop it.
Yeah.
There's weight limits.
Yeah, look.
Oh!
What a dipshit.
Now you're suffocating.
Everybody finds it funny.
This homeowner had no idea that his next-door neighbor had
All
some
the kids are
serious
dead.
dance moves and wouldn't hesitate to bust a move whenever needed.
Motherfucker's drunk.
Yeah, he is.
Drunk as shit.
He's dancing to the tune
Oh,
in
he's
his
fucking
head.
trash.
Manages to stop a thief from stealing a grocery store like it was nothing.
Damn.
Boss.
We couldn't mention the topic of sleepwalking without talking about this woman who recently went viral on TikTok. She suffers from an extreme level of sleepwalking to the point that she can walk outside and have conversations and not remember a single thing the next morning.
What?
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, sleepwalkers
She's gonna get
fucking
hit.
creep me
Yeah,
out.
she's gonna get hit by
Because
a
you
car.
don't know if they're faking it or if it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the shit they do, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they're walking in the middle of the night. They
She's in the
don't
snow.
fucking, they can't
Snow.
see anything. How the
Yeah.
fuck did she get out there without bumping into
And
7
she had
million
stuff
things
with
down the
her.
dark
she had
hallway?
olives. She had
So yeah,
hot sauce.
so she took the time to go to the kitchen and
She
get
went to
shit out of the fridge,
refrigerator.
and then walked outside in the snow and started
Yes.
throwing it on the ground.
Yep.
And then went back to bed and didn't even know she did it.
Nope.
And she probably woke up like, who the fuck threw all this stuff out in the front
Yes,
yard?
no doubt.
Dude,
She
that's
absolutely
fucking
did that.
creepy.
I told you there's some deal breakers, and that's one of them.
That's it for today's video.
Oh my god,
She
dude.
said, "Call mom."
Ugh.
She's one of the ones that come into the ER that freaking get hit by stuff.
Yeah. Fucking ugh.
Ped versus car.
Creepy McCreeperson.
Jesus.
So yeah, those were the cool video things we found. We didn't find a lot of really cool video ones other than those. So now we've got some stories. Stories.
Night shift story.
True scary stories. Disturbing true night shift stories featuring my wiener, unit number 1522.
It says pound.
That means
Pound
It
number.
was the early 90s.
Pound.
And I was
You said
working with
wiener,
a
I just
skeleton
went with
crew of
pound.
About 15
Pound
people
522.
in a bra factory in Georgia on the night shift.
So this guy works in a bra factory in Georgia on the night shift.
Woo.
Talk about fucking great jobs.
Would it be though?
That was
I
sarcasm.
was just 18 years old, but had recently gotten my first loan ever from the credit union. And thinking myself an intelligent teen, although actually rather dumb, I purchased a bright red Porsche 944. At night, all the lights in the plant would be turned off, except for the section I worked in.
Except the lights I left on my Porsche because I didn't fucking park it outside because it
Had to
cost $1 million fucking
pull
dollars.
it inside of the
How-
factory.
That's that was in the 90s.
Well-
He had this job. How expensive were those things back then? They were pretty fucking
They were up
expensive.
there,
Like
dude.
$60,000 car, right?
Yeah. It was up
One
there.
night while leaving,
Which is what a
I
regular
noticed
car
that
is
one
right
of the
now.
company
Right,
trucks
so it's
outside
probably about
had left
close to
their
100
interior
now.
lights on, but thought nothing of it. Not my problem. The next morning, a duffel bag containing $750,000 was found in the cab of the truck, and a box with 50 kilos of cocaine was found inside the plant.
Payday.
What?
The police promptly came and took possession of the money and drugs.
I don't know what
Okay,
happened to the
so
money, officer.
one, I
It was
would
just
exactly.
drugs.
I would have not.
Just drugs.
I would have not said there was
No,
money.
nope.
I would have just been like, "There's
Drugs.
like 50 kilos of fucking cocaine in my.
need to come get
in
it.
my. I don't know where it came from, and I would have $750,000.
Yep.
What a. Because I wouldn't feel bad about taking that, because that was illicit money, right? Now, if it was like somebody dropped their whole life savings of $750,000 and they weren't like drug dealers or something, then I'd be like, hey, somebody left money here. But no, that's fucking free money right there, dude. As long as you can fucking run away and not get caught.
As long as it's not, right.
Like the cartel finds you and shit.
Right.
A couple nights later, an overseas trailer was dropped off, and it was discovered to have a false wall filled with more cocaine.
So it sounds like his bra factory is a fucking
not a bra
front.
factory, yeah.
That it's actually a fucking drug distribution
Right.
center.
Well, what he bought.
Right.
Was
All
he
of a sudden,
already knew?
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
like, this is
yeah.
not
Now this
adding
is all
up.
coming together.
Not adding up.
He's a teenager who bought a Porsche.
Right.
And he
First
works
of
at a
all,
bra factory.
Air quotes.
Right. That all of a sudden, every night, there's money and cocaine.
In vans with
In vans with
panels.
false walls.
Yeah.
It is bait, but no one came for the pickup. A few days later, my friends decide to just up and leave and go live in Florida.
With the $750,000.
$750,000
They did
and 50 kilos of cocaine.
So conveniently, you just said, "Oh, the
Right.
van only had
Right.
cocaine in the walls."
Nobody
because
came
when
to pick
you
it up.
gave
Right.
the money away, you're like, "What the fuck were you doing, man?"
Nobody
if
came-
that happens again, you better save the money. So
Yeah.
guess what? They moved
they
to
didn't.
Florida.
Right, they didn't save the money, but nobody came to pick up the
second
fucking
time.
van. So they took the van to Florida with the 50 kilos of fucking cocaine and probably sold it themselves. And now they're
No,
living.
they turned the cocaine in and they kept the money the second day.
No, the second day it was just cocaine.
No, that's what they said. It was just cocaine.
Right.
Guarantee you, they took the cash
Who
out.
knows? That's
I,
fucking
as a
funny.
teen, was totally down with this awesome plan.
Of course you were.
So I quit my job and moved with them. Back then I thought nothing of this. But thinking back, I was in a plant at the same time of night some heavy drug operations were going down. And there could have been a guy in that truck crouched down when I noticed its lights on. Had he seen me, I would probably have been killed.
Oh my god.
Then I imagine how I must have appeared to the drug dealers. A dumb teenage kid buys a bright red Porsche, quits his job, and moves to Florida, where coke deals go down all the time. All in the couple of days they lost millions in drugs and cash while on my shift. I feel lucky to be alive.
It's probably because he's the one that was doing all the fucking dealing.
That's what I thought.
What kid can afford a fucking Porsche?
That was my first question. Ooh, RV park.
As a young male, I never really understood people in my own age group. Is it really necessary to be an aggressive, disruptive asshole every waking moment of your life? Fucking jerks. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me
Did you write
set
this story?
things up for you. I'm a security guard that works at an RV lot in Florida. It's one of those resorts where the snowbirds flock to during the winter time. That basically means all the retired folks come down from up north and spend a good part of the winter season here in Florida. Anyways, working unarmed security, despite all the things you may have heard, is not always easy. You have to deal with very rude, insipid morons from time to time. And when that happens, the paperwork piles up. In my case, being a skinny pushover does not make my job any easier. Poor me. One of my scariest encounters with individuals who pretty much think they can get away with trespassing on private property and stealing shit occurred during the summer of 2013. I hope you understand that I'm not comfortable in sharing any information regarding this occurrence, because I really don't like the idea of random people knowing where I work. This incident occurred around 2:45 a.m. It was a really hot summer night, and the resort was pretty much vacant, except for a few residents, since it was the off-season. Now, just a quick side note. The resort I work at has only one point of entry and exit. The rest of the perimeter is fenced off. So basically, I would have to watch the resort entrance for about 30 minutes, then do a street patrol on my golf cart for about 30 minutes, then go back to watching the entrance again. This cycle repeats itself for about 8 hours. Pretty simple. However, on this night, there was trouble coming my way. As I said before, it was about 2:45 a.m. when 3 suspicious Caucasian males wearing baggy white t-shirts and lowrider shorts emerged from the public road just
What are
outside the
lowrider
entrance
shorts?
and then entered the resort.
Lowrider shorts is the term for the type of shorts that like Mexican gang members wear in the 80s. You remember those?
The ones that
The
hang
ones
down.
that go real low, and then it's just
Oh,
like
okay.
all you see is socks
That
and then
looks
shorts.
like pants that are cut off.
Yeah,
Okay,
like chinos.
I got you.
I immediately pointed my flashlight at them. I was instantly unnerved by the sight of red bandanas covering their faces. I aimed the beam of light directly at one of them and said, "Hey, this is private property. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave." They didn't pay any attention to my presence.
You'd get
They
shot.
just kept advancing into the resort.
3
I
shots.
pulled out
Boom,
my
boom,
golf
boom.
cart onto the
'Cause that's what
street
they're doing.
from my parking
Yep.
spot and again said, "Hey, you guys cannot be here. You're trespassing on private property." One of the Slim Shady clones turned to me and said, "Go fuck yourself, pussy."
Yep, that's when I would have shot him.
Well, at that moment, I realized these dudes were not interested in leaving the resort and that they were most likely here to ransack one of the unoccupied mobile home units.
Yep.
I watched as they walked down one of the resort streets and disappeared into the maze of
Why would you
RV
watch?
and mobile home units.
You don't have a taser?
He's the security
I
guard.
did not pursue
He's
them.
supposed to do that.
These guys looked to be in their 20s, and even though they were wearing baggy clothes, I could
Why
tell
are you
that
even
these
there?
guys were
Why do
much
you have a
bigger
security
than I
guard if there's
was.
somebody if he's not going to protect the people that are
So,
sleeping?
if you're a security guard in a fucking RV park, and you have 3 shitheads that walk in here, and they've already called you a pussy, one, okay, he's probably not an armed guard, so I get it. There's a thing called a phone where you call the fucking police
Immediately
and go, there are 3 strange fucking
with red bandanas over their
Yeah.
face, like they're fucking.
who are not listening to me when I tell them to leave private property,
Yeah.
and they're being aggressive and
I'm afraid for my patrons because they could easily go in here, murder people,
absolutely.
and just walk out.
And I can't take on 3 dudes at once. Okay, there's no shame in that. You can't take them. That's fine. Cool. Call the fucking cops.
Yep.
Plus, I was not armed. I did not know if these guys were packing heat, and I was not paid enough to be a hero.
Again, call the fucking cops.
Yeah.
I pulled out my cell phone and called the cops.
Hey, look at that
While
magic.
I was on the phone with the police, I nervously kept glancing around. As I stated earlier, there's only one exit to this place, and I was right next to it, because I didn't think driving around a resort, playing cat and mouse with 3 physically superior males looking for trouble wasn't the best idea. They could be hiding anywhere in there.
So that
and
was a
even if
double
I did
negative.
confront them,
I didn't think wasn't the best idea. Wouldn't it be I didn't think that was the best idea?
Yeah.
Ugh, my grammar Nazi's coming out.
it would still be 3-on-1. But at the same time, it was unlikely that they would jump the fence because of the protective barbed wire above the fencing. So if they decide to exit the resort, it would take them right past where I was. The police operator mentioned that they were looking for these guys. Apparently they had done something prior to entering my resort. The police operator instructed me to sit tight, and the police would be arriving soon. After she got done telling me that, I saw the 3 thugs appear from behind a nearby unit. They started walking in my direction. I heard one of them say, "I think this pussy just called the cops on us. Let's beat his ass before the pigs show up." After that was said, the 3 started running full speed towards me. I took off down another resort street, hoping that they would just leave through the exit. But to my horror, I looked back and saw the 3 thugs tailing my golf cart. The golf cart is pretty old and does not go that fast. Plus, the battery wasn't to its full capacity since I was more than halfway into my shift. I fucking floored it and could hear the 3 behind me shouting obscenities and threats. I feared for my life as I raced down the street. I did not know what would happen to me if these guys caught up with me. I was about to reach the end of the street and turn the corner when I saw red and blue rays of light coming from behind me. I managed to look behind me one last time before cutting the corner. 3 police cruisers were coming down the road towards the 3 Slim Shadies and me. One of the intruders shouted, "Oh shit," and like true gangsters, the three took off into an alley that was between two nearby units located on the opposite side of the street from the corner I was about to turn into. I turned the corner and stopped my golf cart. My heart was about to pop out of my chest. Shortly after I stopped my cart, a police car emerged from the street that was parallel to where the chase took place. Keep in mind that this all went down in the middle of the property. The officer pulled next to me and asked if I was okay. I said I was, and as soon as I said that, we heard what sounded like a shouting match between the thugs and the other cops that were in the resort. It sounded like it was coming from somewhere close by. I also heard what sounded like someone being slammed against the hood of a car. I've never heard the word fuck being shouted out loud so many times.
Obviously, he's never worked with me.
Later found out that these guys were wanted for arson. Before they paid me a visit that night, they torched 2 units to the ground at a neighboring resort.
What a
Jesus.
bunch
They
of
also set a
cocksuckers.
car on fire while they were there as well. I consider myself very lucky to have come out of this situation without a scratch. If the cops hadn't shown up when they did, I probably would have been pulverized by the trio. I had the chance to testify against them in court, but I opted not to.
What?
They had more than enough charges to put them...
Dude, no. No. These motherfuckers threatened your life. You're goddamn right I'm going to court.
Yeah.
I want to make sure there's overkill evidence so these motherfuckers don't get out. Because if they did get out and they came after my ass, I'd be armed.
On a technicality.
Yeah.
Right?
away for a very long time, even without my testimony. I'll never forget that night. Many of the residents thanked me for my actions, but honestly, all I did was call the cops like anyone else would.
Well, that's what you're supposed to
But
do.
I did appreciate the brief admiration. So, 3 Slim Shady clone gang members, let's not meet again. And to the rest of you, keep it real, and thanks for listening. Peace out, homies.
Oh my god.
Okay, Dragon.
Fucking retards.
I worked night audit at this semi-swanky hotel next to the airport. One night I get a call from a lady in 204. She says there was arguing, loud banging, and crying coming out of 206. I check the computer, and no one has checked into that room due to maintenance issues. What the fuck?
If 206 looks like this
I told my
picture,
Wow.
then yeah, that's more than maintenance issues.
No, your ceiling's falling down, your wallpaper,
Your fucking paint's chipping
mattress
off.
is disgusting.
Ugh, that's
And no
gross.
sheets.
Could you imagine if you like went to a hotel and you opened the door and that's what you saw?
We'd be doing Facebook Live.
Fuck yeah, we would be. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm not staying here.
Look, this is
Why is it-
such and such hotel.
Yeah,
This is the room they just had us come into.
that's just gross.
Yeah.
See what to do, and she tells me to call on-site security and follow them up with a key. No thanks. But I decide to be the bigger man and go up anyways. As we get off the elevator, we can hear the crying. It's loud. My heart starts racing as we near the door, so I hand the key to the security guard. The next 5 minutes seem to happen in slow motion. He opens the door and immediately flicks on the light. Keep in mind, it's room 206. We're on the 2nd floor, and the only door was by me. This is like
What's your first clue that it was 206 on the 2nd floor?
Second floor.
3 a.m. and there was no one around.
Fuck.
As we enter the room, we notice the shower is on. Steam is coming from under the door. There's only one lamp on in the room. It's super cold, and there's a lady in a red lacy bra, black panties, with super red hair, curled up, crying in the bed.
I immediately started whacking off in front of her.
She was facing away from us.
Crying.
As Frank approached her, he asked if everything was okay. She sort of stopped crying and rolled over. When she did, a wave of horror came over me. She was super pale, covered in blood, and was just staring behind us.
What?
That's when we realized that the shower had stopped, and the door was open. There was a man about 6'5" standing in the doorway.
And boy, did he have a giant hog.
As we turned around, the cops tased him and arrested him. Turns out he was a rapist who hides in hotel rooms.
What?
Kidnaps women who stay there and cuts them open.
What?
To this day, I will never go to a hotel again.
Holy shit!
Fuck. That took a twist.
That was a weird one.
Whoa. He was a fucking rapist that hid in hotels?
Well, I guess he'd hit her in the face. That's where her
and
face looked like that.
cut him open.
God. Right, Mara?
Exactly, Mara.
Oh.
Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow. I did not expect.
was a
I thought it
weird-
was going to be some kind of ghost thing.
I did too.
I thought it was the lady in the red panties and bra turned around and she was all bloody.
Or had,
And
like,
then
she had eaten him and she just
as
killed him.
Yeah, and then she turns and looks and disappears and
Yeah.
the shower stops, but there's nobody in there.
I thought she murdered somebody and
Right.
just threw him in the
And
shower.
then the story would be like, later on, I went and did research and found out that a lady was murdered in that room.
Yeah, no.
Not, their guy was in the shower because he was a fucking rapist. Wow. Fucking crazy. That was a good
That
story.
was a good one. Holy crap. That was a good one.
When I was
What's a tweet?
17, I worked as a busboy at a high-end country club restaurant. It was the sort of place where people paid all-inclusive yearly memberships.
And I bought a
They could roll
Lamborghini.
into the restaurant after 9 holes,
Countach.
stuff their faces and get wasted, and head back out for more grass hockey. Anyway, policy was that the restaurant closes whenever the members are finished. This could mean that you get to leave at 9 p.m. or 2 a.m., depending on which members were hanging out. This could mean some late nights. One of the fun parts of the job was hopping onto one of the staff carts and driving around the course to restock all the snack shacks. These were little stalls that had sodas, chocolates, and other miscellaneous crap you could jam into your face while watching a buddy 8 strokes deep in a bunker. Late one night, after a wedding
didn't sound
reception,
blatantly
and after
homoerotic,
we
did it?
fed and shot the
I'm going to eat chocolate while my buddy's 8
No.
strokes deep.
He said shove stuff in your face
Yeah.
while he was 8 strokes deep.
shit with
Shove
the
it
band.
in your face.
I got snack duty. Everyone
said
else
duty.
was busting ass on cleanup and next day prep, so I went solo. I was stoked. It was accepted practice to nab a couple of bars for oneself when doing the rounds. So I hop into a cart and head out onto the course. It's getting close to 3 a.m. at this point. So I'm not sure if you've been out on an unlit golf course at 3 a.m.,
I have.
but it's a little surreal.
It's not that surreal when your girlfriend's with you.
It's not like you're in the wild. Everything is smooth lines and picturesque, but you're far away from fucking anything. Lots of fencing is up to keep critters and people out too. Never really had any concerns at all being out there late at night. Except this time. I'm at hole number 6, heading up to the snack shack. It's kinda like a porta-potty sized pantry. I'm in the golf cart when the door slams shut. Before I can really react, someone screams from inside, "I will fucking kill you." I lose my shit and beeline it back to the resto at the cart's top speed. Shitting
2
brakes
miles an
and
hour.
attempting
12
not
miles
to
per hour.
think about getting shot in the back. By the time I get back, I've convinced myself that it's a prank and everyone's going to be laughing at me. But the boss sees my face and I tell him what happened. He tells me only a couple of people haven't clocked out, so it's not staff. The police came out, took a statement, and searched the shack. All the food and soda was gone. The interior was plastered with shit and blood. Random letters on the walls. They found a hole dug under the perimeter fence. I stopped doing night runs to the snack shacks. They tore that one down. Good times. Can't see anything golf without thinking about it.
So the place was covered in blood and shit.
Why?
Why are you rubbing shit on the walls?
Why?
Babies do
Why
that.
would you do that?
Fucking
We have
humanity's
patients that do that, but
fucking disgusting.
because they're psychopaths.
I was working a late shift at a ski resort. It was about 11 p.m. I was working at the top, and the wind had been really strong that day, and it made...
That's usually where ski lodges are, is at the top of the fucking mountain.
It's windy up there.
Because you usually ski down mountains, not up them.
Well, that would
Some
be
of the
cool if
lights
you could.
go out. The big floodlights on the hill. I was just sitting up there in that dank-ass shed, freezing my ass off. I hadn't even had the chance to use the bathroom since the start of my shift.
And I was 8 strokes deep.
We only had the same 6 people come up the lifts in the past hour. Then, for some reason, the lift stopped. I tried to dial down, but it wasn't working. Then I tried to restart the lift automatically. That didn't work either. Then the wind started to pick up and was rattling the windows. And that's when I saw it. This fucking form walking up the hill in one of the floodlights.
What?
I tried my hand radio to see if it was someone coming up to relieve me or something, but
Like a
oddly,
Bigfoot?
it wasn't working.
He doesn't
I
say.
freaked
Just said a
out,
form.
so I got really paranoid and started gathering evidence to prove that weird stuff was going on. I took a picture of the volume, power, and channel knobs of the radio. I took video of me trying to restart everything, and snapped pictures of the figure walking up the hill, which just looked like shadows, thanks to the mini blizzard and shitty camera. Then, the shadow got to the end of the floodlight's path. The 3 lights beyond that were out. I lost sight of it for about 7 minutes, during which I only got a single message. Hey, McGee, do you see that person walking up the hill?
Oh.
I did, but I can't see them anymore.
Oh, that would be a shiver up my spine if my fucking partner calls and says that. It would be fucking crazy. Yes, that was Dawn sneezing. This is what we deal with at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's sleepy quiet, when we don't have a lot of patience, and all you hear is the hum of machinery, and then all of a sudden you hear that fucking banshee cry. When
Sorry.
you're like, focusing on something else. Yeah. Just so people know.
You know you missed it.
Right? I didn't touch Dawn or hurt her. Or, that wasn't
Sneeze.
Mara. That was her sneeze.
No, that was my sneeze.
What's wrong with the lift? No answer after that. Then the shadow hits the third from the last light from the top shack. This one's very small, and only about 70 feet away. I could barely see the person, but they certainly didn't work there, and weren't wearing any ski gear. Then, like God commanded it himself, the snow stopped. Just like instantly stopped. The wind, the snow, everything. The figure is just out of the light.
It's the last airbender.
Its path for less than 30 seconds when the power starts up. When the rest of the lights come on, there's no one in sight. And there's a path that goes into the woods heading up towards the shack. Then out of nowhere, the wind and snow started again. I was fucking freaking out. I grabbed my utility knife and clutched it tight.
I don't know why I thought he was going to say I grabbed my utility belt. Like he's fucking Batman or something.
Yeah.
I got Dick Grayson on the phone. Grabbed my utility belt.
Then
Got into the bat ski lift.
Too
saw
much
another
Disney,
figure,
Billy. Too much Disney.
but this time on the lift. It was my fucking manager. Oh, finally. I was out of there. On the way back down, I saw the path diverge back down the hill right after it hits the woods. When we were just past the halfway mark on the lift, I saw him again. My manager looks at me, and I guess that my fear was insanely obvious, and he asks me what's wrong. I look back down at where I had just seen the person, and he was just staring up at us. His torso was sort of like almost bouncing.
What?
as if he were laughing. Either that or he was crying or coughing. My manager just looks at me. I could barely make out the man's white face in the squall. The next day when I show up for work, there are cop cars there, and there are chairs in the snow. That son of a bitch I had seen apparently sabotaged the lift and assaulted the night manager that caught him on his way back down the hill.
What? What? Wow. So he saw some fucking crazy dude out in the middle of the fucking ski lift. His friend saw it, then it disappeared, and then his manager came to relieve him, and the guy attacked the fucking manager.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped the ball. Somebody should have called security and said, there's a dude on the fucking lift.
Yeah.
And that would have done it. The fucking weird, man.
Maybe they thought it wasn't real.
I don't know, but that's just
Thought it was a
fucking strange.
Bigfoot or
It
something.
was strange.
Yeah.
Dude, those are actually
cool,
some pretty
though.
good fucking stories.
Those are pretty good.
I like that shit.
Compared to some of the other ones we've done. That was pretty good.
That was a good one. Creepy
good
shit.
quality.
You guys don't even understand some of the creepy shit that goes on night shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of the creepy patients we get too. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. And we are glad that you joined us once again. And you can send us an email at thedeadtimeradio@gmail.com, or you can go to our website at thedeadtimeradioshow.com. And we will see you next time!
Love you, bye.